Welcome to 360, the quarterly video magazine of the Georgia-Cumberland Conference. I'm Ed Wright, your conference president. This year we will celebrate our 75th anniversary of when our conference came into existence. This year we will also hold our 30th constituency session, which means this will be a year of praise for where God has led us in the past, and a year of petition for God's continuing guidance into the future. As our theme for this 30th constituency session, as well as this 75th anniversary year, we have chosen the theme, We Shall Behold Him. The theme reflects our continued faith in Jesus' soon return without a doubt. But in addition, it also reflects our desire to be used by Jesus now, that others might see Him reflected in us. In that way, our communities will be drawn to Him and will be ready for His return. Jerlene Porch is an example of what I'm talking about. Jerlene has lived in Calhoun, Georgia, all her life, all 92 years of it. Mrs. Porch was 17 when the Georgia Conference and the Cumberland Conference formed to create the Georgia-Cumberland Conference 75 years ago. She had no idea what was happening because in 1932 she wasn't an Adventist. What seems awfully important to us today was unimportant at the time for her. What was important was the interaction she had with Adventists in Calhoun.
Of all the people that we worked for, they were just different from all the rest of the white people. They treated you were just persons, people.
Mrs. Porch even remembers that an Adventist man came to her Methodist church to teach about Daniel and Revelation when she was about 18.
Mr. Lauren came to Porch's Chapel United Methodist Church. I married a United Methodist, and taught that statue of Daniel. And I never did forget it.
For the next 70 years, Mrs. Porch would have varying degrees of contact with the Adventist Church and its members in Calhoun, but it wasn't until 1989 that Mrs. Porch attended Adventist seminars and chose to become a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
They saw something in me. I like what I saw.
Today, Mrs. Porch is looking forward to Jesus' return and is active in her church and her community.
We weren't put here to stay. And someday, whether you're ready or not, you have to go. The Lord left me here for something. He wouldn't sit down and rub rheumatism.
Mrs. Porch is right. While we're happy celebrating our 75th anniversary, we must, more importantly, look for Jesus coming. And while we anticipate His soon return, we also want to reflect Jesus to our communities so that other people, like Mrs. Porch, can also share in that glad expectation. One way of staying focused on our mission is to get together with regularity and think and plan and vision for the future. And that really is what a constituency session is all about. Here to tell you more is Steve Haley, our Conference Vice President for Administration.
Thank you, Ed. The upcoming conference constituency session will convene April 22nd on the campus of Georgia-Cumberland Academy. On that day, over 900 delegates representing our conference churches will convene to receive important information in the areas of conference finance, ministry, and church growth. The delegates you choose from your church will also consider proposed changes to our Constitution and bylaws, officially receive the report of our conference nominating committee, elect conference leadership, and participate in the important task of renewing the mission and ministry of the Georgia-Cumberland Conference. A constituency session provides a unique opportunity to reflect upon the blessings that God has so wonderfully bestowed upon the conference during the just concluded quinquennium period. Our churches have reason to rejoice for having been participants in God's plan that in the years spanning 2002 through 2006 has witnessed the most significant period of growth in conference history. But our plan is not to stand still and rejoice, but rather in partnership with our churches, engage in the awesome assignment of envisioning the next chapter of ministry in Georgia-Cumberland. Even if you're not a delegate, I would like to personally invite you to be involved in this important process. Your conference officers will be holding pre-session meetings in 5 geographical areas of our conference during January and February. We want you to attend the meeting in your area. During the pre-session meetings, we will watch the conference video report, meet with department leaders to discuss future ministry plans, elect your district's representatives to the conference nominating committee, and provide an opportunity to dialogue and share together how we envision God leading our conference in the next 5 years. On behalf of all of us who are privileged to serve the nearly 32,000 members of the Georgia-Cumberland Conference, thank you for your involvement in this important process, and most importantly, for your prayers for God's guidance and leading as we approach the historic occasion of our 30th constituency session.
Thanks, Steve. I want to echo Steve's invitation to pray for God's guidance. And thanks to each one of you for joining us in this edition of 360. I hope I'll get a chance to meet you at the pre-session closest to you, and until then, may God bless each one of you.